streaming live on YouTube, and there's going to be a recording available for this as well afterwards. So, welcome everyone.
Okay, my headset's playing up, so I'll do it on the phone today.
Yeah, you're coming through fine on your phone. We can hear you okay. Can you hear Glenn okay, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear all you perfect.
Okay, if everyone's ready, I'll start the record and introduce you. We can go straight into the Rich Doge Port Doge project.
I'm ready.
Okay, welcome to the Wellcoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host today. Today we have joining us is Rich Doge, Poor Doge. They're looking to break the meme coin market with the next big meme project. We've got stake in the dApp, the RP Doge merch store to talk about, charities, NFTs, and a combat P2E game. We'll go into that shortly. But first, can you introduce yourselves to the community, guys?
Yeah, my name's Clarence, but people call me Mike for short. My team, I have a great team. I've got my buddy Thar that we met on PlayStation. Then I got my buddy Jazz with 3As. Me and him, we actually know each other in the real world and actually did a little time in prison together. No, I'm just messing around. I can't even keep that going. No, my name's Mike. I was trying to see what it was like for some of these deceptive people to get on here and actually feed people bullshit. I thought for a second I'd try something. I couldn't even keep it in me. My name's Mike. I am the owner of Rich Doge, Poor Doge, and the project. I guess we'll get more into. But in the real world, I'm a marketer. I'm a ClickFunnels award winner for running multiple $1 million 2 Comma Club awards through ClickFunnels, and that's pretty much it for the intro.
Okay, great. I was reading on the website, you announced ownership of the LP pool. You're sending the LP to a time-locked smart contract. Is that for a long period of time? So is it properly renounced, or is that just for 6 to 12 months, or how does that work?
Oh, no. We this you'll see later on that we've created this as safe as possible. We actually locked it right in the door for 5 years. I mean, you can see the days. It's lots of days that it's locked for right through Pink Sale.
Awesome, yeah. So are you looking to make it a governance token with a DAO and voting rights for the community?
Say that one more time.
You're looking to make it a governance token with a DAO and voting rights for the community?
Correct. I believe your community is the most important thing, and yes, we're gonna make sure that the community is involved in every action that we make with their money for marketing and things like that.
Okay, awesome, Rich. Can we go into the staking for investors, how it works? I think there's 500% APY, and then that will reduce to 200% in the future. So what's the sort of timeline? If I get in early, I can get that higher 500% APY. And is it going to be like locked or staking?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there at the 500. That we've got so much demand for it. We didn't realize the demand that we'd have and so many people wanting to do it. So actually the dev, he just actually kind of ruined our website for a second. I noticed some images was missing because the dev was in there actually fixing the staking app so it would be ready whenever we went live. And he's still working on all that stuff, which will be announced in the group. So I'll wait for the for my Telegram group to announce the details and everything on staking. But we will have it available on launch.
Awesome, Rich. And you've got a dApp as well. I was wondering what's going to be on the dApp for investors.
It's going to be 30, 60, and 90 days. There is going to be the ability to unstake your token, so you don't have to worry about locking things in for a fixed amount of time. So that's pretty much as easy as that. Each tier will have different interest APY rates, so you'll be able to choose the option that fits you the best, and you can always upgrade to a higher package at any time.
Okay, great, Rich. And you've got a dApp as well. I was wondering what's going to be available for the investors on the dApp.
That's the only dApp that we have available is the staking right now. Other things on the roadmap, we're creating our own roadmap. Every token, they have a roadmap map of milestones, and we really don't believe that. Just like in the real world, things change. You go in different directions. We evolve. So as we evolve, we're going to create our own roadmap.
Okay, great, Rich. And are you building like a big community army that will go out there on Twitter and socials and really push Rich Doge, poor Doge?
Oh yeah, we've hired Moon Boys. I mean, we've got Moon Boys that's we hired to do marketing. They've got a shield team, they've got a raid team, they've got our CMS posts going up. They're the reason why we chose them, it just kind of alleviated some of the stuff that I had to do. And I mean, they really know their stuff. So yeah, we have all that in the background right now.
Awesome. And I was seeing you were looking to have an RP Doge merch store. I was wondering what's going to be available to buy on there. Would you be able to buy it with a Rich Doge, poor Doge token, or would you use like a stable coin?
Um, in the real world, I have multiple businesses. I actually my first business that I started was a sign and t-shirt company. I started about 15 years ago. So we actually have the ability to create merchandise in house at cost. Most tokens I've seen that offered shirts, I mean, they're trying to make a buck. I think $25. I could make that available to my loyal followers and fans for probably around $9. And we've actually kind of got the trend going with the Rich Gang. A lot of people started liking it. The other than Rich Doge, Poor Doge was actually Rich Gang with the R with the one, and it's kind of flashy. So I think we're going to create kind of a brand and maybe bring it into the real world and get a trend hype in here too as well.
I mean, yeah, the community, when we found out you were coming, Rich Doge, poor Doge, everyone was really impressed with the name, and it's sort of it spreads with word of mouth, with meme projects. I was wondering who came up with the idea with the name.
Me myself, I actually at 19 and 20, I was homeless. Over the course of the years I grew up, and Rich Dad Poor Dad, I mean, the book, it really put things into perspective. It taught me how, we was brainwashed in the world to get a job and save our money. And I mean, it really changed my mentality. I mean, it really changed my entire life. So whenever I thought about it, I was like, I want something, my goal here in this project isn't for me, it's for my community. I don't need the money. I want to help people, educate them. We've been in voice chat educating people on various topics every single day. People love it, and that's what I want to do. And I just wanted to really highlight in the book. And it's kind of funny because I was in Pink Sale chat, and somebody said, "Rich Doge, poor Doge. Who would ever invest in something like that?" And it seems like the ones with the simple minds. I mean, I know all countries are different, but the book sold 41 million copies worldwide, so it's not just a United States thing. But it seems like the real people, the ones that I'm looking for, they know that book. Most of AMAs that I've done with educated people and people that speak well and have something going from they understand it. So it meant something to me, and hopefully, to the people that I attract.
Some Rich, yeah. And what's the size of the core team you've got around you and the extended team at Rich Doge, poor Doge?
We've got a group of 7 of us, including myself, all various backgrounds within the crypto space. We've got one that's working on an NFT project. I mean, just a group of good guys, and we actually met in a series of rug projects. And we got together and we actually created a group called the BSC Scammers at the time. And we were a little, concerned that colleagues and friends would see that group name and say scammer. So we ended up changing it to BSC Police. And we really got out, and I was too scared to invest in. I was tired of the scams and the rugs. So I had an open eye to find things. We was finding devs that was creating tokens every other day and tracking them down and trying to save people from losing money. A lot of times it didn't work. People was like, "Oh, I want proof." We'd get in their DMs and say, "Hey, you're about to lose your money. Is this token's about to go?" And it seems like some people they just look to get ripped off. But we tried our best, and I really created a good bond with them. We talked about all the things we'd like to see in a token, and I mean, we really brought that right here to this token, every single one of them.
That's great, but you've sort of learned along the way. Some projects haven't done really well, so yeah, if you took things from them and then you're going to create it a lot better with Rich Doge, poor Doge.
Correct.
And let's go into, you're going to support charities in the future. I was wondering, have you decided around what sort of charities you'd like to support?
Yeah, and again, my socials are doxed. Everything about me, my business, everything, and me and doing good isn't no secret. I actually founded a non-for-profit for a buddy. It's called Dads Can Too. He wanted to do it for fathers to get rights, and I wrote the check and made that happen. I actually have a Facebook group that I created about 10 years ago. All this stuff can be verified. It's called Helping Hands Fundraising, and I use my own money to help people boost up their GoFundMe ads to get more results. I did that myself, nobody else would, and people would submit things to me for me to pay and boost. So doing good isn't something I just woke up last week and said, hey, I want to do something good because people in crypto will dig it. But just it's just weird, and odd, some of the stuff that goes on in crypto, like these billboards. I've seen billboards with money wasted. I mean, there's people that need to eat. There's people that are it's just not right to spend that kind of money. I think that we can be just as effective in our marketing by actually helping people.
Yeah, it's awesome, Rich. Yeah, always, yeah, support charity and helping others. I mean, yeah, I was brought up in poverty, and you've had tough times in the past as well. And yeah, you never forget your roots. And if you're doing well,
Yeah.
you can people along the way, definitely.
Well, one thing is charity isn't very bullish. I mean, it seems like for every one good person you find in crypto, there's 1,000 of them are bad people. So we have investors that have hearts, and we have them that just don't care about anything but themselves. So when we did things like that, we get a little creative so that we could appease both. We could do the good while making some eyes, through social media, going viral, doing some of these things, which to some it might seem hypocritical, but with my background being homeless, I used to travel. At 14 years old, I was a runaway on trains. I lived in these places. I mean, but for somebody coming from my background, I don't believe it's hypocritical or exploiting people like that.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough, Rich. And can we go into the NFTs? What you're planning around the NFTs for Doge for Doge?
That again was at the end of the roadmap. Was just something that another what if. I don't tell people anything that it isn't happening, but my biggest thing was helping people. Rich Doge, poor Doge. Again, we used to do some themes. My phone is filled with contacts of people that are somebody in the real world. And I wanted to do some interviews, get them into voice chat, do some interviews with them as well as people that aren't so well off, the poor people, and kind of help them out. And I thought it would be cool if we made some NFTs. It didn't have to be like their picture, but a cartoon of them with a little story. That way, somebody would have something in their wallet and say, "Hey, we helped this person. I was a part of that," and just an NFT that would mean something.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, and you can change people's lives with a very small amount of money, and help people along the way is always positive. But going into the tokenomics, buys and sells, I think you've got a 12% tax, but you're looking to decrease it as the market cap goes higher. So you're looking to get to the central exchanges and have a low tax rate in the future.
Yeah, right now, in my attempt to make this token as safe as possible, I mean, we all know uh, how people are on the internet. We know how fake this group, Telegram is, and you meet people that you think are great. They have your best interests at heart, and then one day you realize they don't. We've all been there. We found people that showed us things just to pump their bags, or people that used us that we thought were good people, and it's no different with my team. I love them to death, each and every one of them, but I really went above and beyond on doxing myself with my social. So it was a little scary, and we kind of agreed to, it was unanimous that we get paid from the taxes. We incorporate 3% percent for the team, and that'll keep us motivated. I mean, it's no different in business. If I gave them 2% of the supply or 4% of the supply, when we get it to a high market cap, they could hurt us. And realistically, me with a business sense, I wouldn't want to pay my employees their salary in advance. My investors wouldn't want me to pay myself in advance. So we don't have any tokens. There's no tokens going to anyone. Anoop's the safe dev, he's the one that created it. He handles the contract, and it can be verified that only the people that will receive tokens are the people that contributed 0.5 to one BNB, which was our private sale that we raised for $5,000. I covered the rest for the advertising. So again, even with private sale holders, I didn't want anyone to be able to hurt my project. So I floated most of the money. We had a real small one, and they're the only ones that's going to receive tokens. My team, myself, anybody's more than welcome to buy in, but we're going to have to buy in if we want in.
Fair enough, Rich. Yeah, I was saying that last year. You had a lot of teams working for free, and you don't have any sort of motivation. And yeah, everyone's got to.
Exactly. They
I
go
was
off and they dump their bag on the community, and then you get a notice in chat, "We're sorry, we lost on the team," and then you got to find somebody to replace them. And we really, we was all in agreement on that sounded like the best move.
definitely. And so, how does the buy and sell tax break down for investors?
It's 12 and 12. Additionally, 12 and 12, which is 2% LP. I've even included a 1% for my private sale holders that hold. Again, private sale holders can be the most dangerous thing to any project. We've all seen it 1,000 times. Private sale holders on launch dump. And again, I was trying to combat that. So I made an agreement that if they did not sell, they would get their divvy of 1% divided by the 27 people that contributed. So that they would have an incentive to hold. The rest is marketing, which is 5%. And again, it's not going to be very attractive when we get into the millions of market cap. So as we get higher, we'll start decreasing them things so that it's more enticing for people to get into.
I see you have 229 BNB in the pre-sale as well.
Yeah, I think it was more like 20. There was $5,000. I put the rest of it up. I think that was our initial goal, and I just put on there that it filled because I didn't want to take any more people in. We couldn't find anybody that was really good. We raised it was $5,000. Is about approximately what we raised.
Great. And have you had a audit on the smart contracts as well?
Yeah. In order to get everything we wanted on Pink Sale, we wanted the SAFU badge, we wanted the audit and KYC. So we did a KYC, we did a Spy Wolf audit day one before Pink Sale even went live.
Right. And so, what's the marketing plans around the projects after launch? What you're looking to do with Rich Doge, Poor Doge, to get that name out there and get trending as one of the top meme projects?
Right now, since the beginning, we came with the heavy guns first. We did Golem's AMA first. We've done Venom, we've done Caesar, we've done Lots Coin Launch Lounge. We've done many AMAs. We've done a whole lot more AMAs than callers. But now that we've partnered with Moon Boys to handle our marketing, they're pretty much in the background planning at all times. They've got our CMS post, they've got Raiders, they're pretty much handling all them aspects right now. And they've done great so far. So I see after launch, giving them, they've done this a lot more than, most people. This is my first project. So having somebody that's done it, they've mooned projects, and I can, from my research, whenever I got the proposition from Moon Boys, they sent me a beautiful breakdown of everything that they was going to give. And I kind of did my own due diligence and check to see what my prices on everything was to see how much money they were making, because I was like, oh, this would be ridiculous. And honestly, they got me better deals than I would have got myself. And just paying them. So, and a bunch of more services. They got the Shield team, the Raiders. So it was a great partnership.
Awesome. Well, let's open up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got a question for Richard, Rich Doge or Doge.
Yeah, Glenn, I was listening in, and you were just talking about the pre-sale and private sale and everything, but I don't believe we've mentioned it. When are you going to have the pre-sale and the launch, and is it going to be like whitelisted? Can you give us some more information?
Yeah, we're actually racing the clock right now. We did private sale first, which I was against. I told my team from the get-go, let me fund it all. And then a lot of the community was saying, hey, we want. So that's when we decided to do the small private just for some additional marketing funds. We spent around 20 grand total, 15 out of my pocket. Then we decided to go with the fair launch through Pink Sale, where again I wanted it to be as safe as possible. So we hired a noob as a dev, did everything right, and that filled 229 BNB let's see, it was last Friday that ended, and I delayed till today to launch because we had spent so much money promoting the fair launch that there really wouldn't have been no buy pressure when it was over. I said, hey, we're just going to stand still here because people that bought, we didn't have a hard cap, so people that wanted to buy, they bought. And a lot of people didn't understand that at first. They're like, oh, we should launch right afterwards, and it just wouldn't have been right. So I had to do a whole lot more marketing now so that people are interested to buy when we launch in about 3 or 4 hours.
Right, I see, I see. Yeah, yeah. It sounds like a fair way of doing it, to be honest. All right, so in 3 hours it'll be live, so anybody can get involved. Okay, yeah, sounds cool.
Yep, it'll
Yeah.
be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, let's open up to investor questions. Let's see, Aisha, you had a question for Rich Doge, Paul Doge. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So, on your roadmap in phase three, it's mentioned about referral link incentive for holders. Can you tell us a bit more about this referral link incentive for holders?
I think your phone's a little bit low for me. Did you say phase two?
Oh, in phase three, it's mentioned about referral link incentive for holders.
Oh
I
yeah,
want
referral
to,
links.
yeah.
Yes, referral links. What we planned on doing with this contract was a smart contract that actually had the ability to uh, you create a link in the dApp where it would give you a unique referral code, which every person that you refer, you would get a percentage of their buy-in, and then you'd get a little smaller percentage of every person that they buy in. This is something that was going to take some time and some audit, and we may merge over to a different contract to make that happen if the community wants to. But for right now, we have for the referral system a bot that you can refer and win BNB. So that's pretty much going on live right now, where you can get the incentive for doing your referrals, and we have systems to detect bots and things like that. So that is something that is live right now. We didn't have to wait till phase three.
Okay, understood. Okay. On your roadmap, it's also mentioned about combat P2E game. So I was thinking, will it be first-person shooter game? And will your team be developing this game or it will be outsourced?
We have many different ideas for P2E games, and again, as we build our actual roadmap as we go along, we've got one. The theme of the book, again, Rich Dad Poor Dad. The author Robert Kiyosaki created a board game in the '90s called Rat Race. I mean, we've been trying to figure out ways to implement that into a P2E game, and also our original idea. Like I originally stated, me and my team, we've done a lot to protect people from these, deceptive devs and teams that are out taking people's money every single day, and they're getting better every single time. So we wanted to compile a game that had maybe one of these devs, which I won't mention their name, as the character. You can fight the dev and earn money, so that way you feel like you're taking back from him. We'll keep the list updated. That way it's kind of informative as you play. And if you run into one of these guys in a project, you can say, "Oh, I remember him," and kind of steer away. So everything we do is kind of for educational purposes, people to learn more, people to stop losing their money and giving it to these scammers. So that's our ideas for the P2E game.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Yeah, thank you.
Questions, Aisha. I've got a couple off Twitter, and then we can go back to the questions in main chat. Rob was asking about the website. He saw a statement, Education Daily. Would you be providing educational content on a daily basis to new investors?
Yeah, we've been doing that every single day for the past week. Me in the real world, you'll hear me say in the real world, and again, you could check my socials. It's on on the website. I teach print on demand POD, which teaches people how to make money selling apparel and signage and things like that. And in the real world, I teach it a little different, kind of like the book. I do a lot of mentoring and different things from my past, and things that I've learned watching these mentors. But right now, we're focused on teaching people how to trade, things to look out for. People are very uneducated when it comes to pink. People think that they bought in pre-sale and it was a fair launch, and they don't really understand anything. They don't get in. So we get them into Telegram, and we just kind of teach them things that are going on. I don't want to bore you guys with it here, but the ones that are uneducated, this blind aping in this project and that project, and we're just trying to help people save money. So this goes on every day, and it seems like most days I'm repeating myself as there's new people, so I feel like I'm kind of scripted at this point because I say the same things. We have different people in the voice chat, and I often feel like I'm the advocate for the bad in BSC, but we're also going to try to find the good. I mean, there's a whole lot going on in the education, and I mean, it's just been a great thing so far. People love it. They wake up saying, "When are you going to get in there again?" They're excited. I mean, it's been a great thing. So we're going to do that every single day.
Right, and was asking on Twitter, she's heard that you say that you did another dev at some point in time. What problems did the dev solve? Would you be adding other utilities as time goes by?
Okay, it kind of sounded like to me that I said something about having another dev.
Yeah,
is that what you said?
You needed another dev at some point in time. So is that for extra utilities in the future?
Oh, we've got some. If that's right, I mean, we've got some tokens that are waiting for an exchange. We did 20% that we locked for an exchange, and we have 2 staking pools. One of them will be a reserve, if that's what you're referring to. But that's the only dApp that we have available with the staking. There's no other dApp at the moment.
Let's move on to AZ. AZ, you had a question for Rich Doge, Paul Doge. Go ahead.
Hello, greetings.
Hello.
I have several questions. My first question will be: you said your launch is in 3 hours' time. On what platform would you be launching?
All right, great question. We are going live on Pancake Swap. That's where it's going to be held at. We're going to have a voice chat that's going to be fired up, lightning lit. We're going to do that right before. So yeah, it's going to be Pancake Swap. The contract's in our Telegram page, and we're going live again. It's 8 p.m. UTC.
Thank you. So my next question is: on your website, I saw that most of the information are on 2 languages, English and I'm not sure what the language is. Do you have further plans on incorporating other languages?
Yeah, most of my team, they are English. We have people from Oh, you're kind of cutting out, or maybe I'm cutting out.
Hello, can you hear me?
You're cutting out on me.
Can you hear me now? Am I clear now?
Oh, very clear.
Okay, so I was asking, on your website, the informations there were on 2 different languages. So I want to know, would you be incorporating other languages so as to reach other communities of different languages?
Oh yeah, I mean, we value any investor from worldwide. Right now, we do have the ability from English, and I believe Spanish is by default. But of course, we'll look into implementing various languages as we grow.
Okay, my third question is on the anti-bot technology which you spoke about on your website. Could you provide more information on the anti-bot technology?
Yeah, with Pink Cell, I mean, in our dev and Noop, we've got precautions to keep. There's nothing worse than a botted project. We've all been there. Well, most of us, maybe not all of us, but botted projects, you get in and they're just botted, hammered with bots. And we've created in our smart contract precautions and cooldown periods and things like that, so that the bots aren't in there causing any ruckus.
Okay. My first question is on your team. You mentioned that there were 7 of you, but you only actually spoke about yourself and what you do. The other members, I only saw their names and not their position on the team. So what are their positions on the team?
My team has various roles. We've got guys that are great at different things. Some of them are great at bots for our Telegram. We have an NFT designer. We've got Andrew, Spook, Shilly May, Cripsy, then Lungy. I mean, those are my core guys. And we all have various backgrounds. Some of them are in different time zones that they can help maintain the chat whenever there's nothing worse than mods or admin gone when people need them the most. So we've got them on different time zones so people can really have somebody there all the time. And again, they just, we have various skill levels. The dev is a Noop. He's a well-known dev in the space, recommended by Pink Cell and allowed us to get the Seifu badge. But we all have our various skill sets.
Okay. And lastly, my question is on the tokenomics. I'm looking at the division on the website. It was divided into 5 possible divisions. So I did not notice any allocation for community development because if you look at your roadmap, there were talks about hiring influencer, onboarding influencers, charity, link incentives. So from which percentage or from which division of the tokenomics would all this be gotten from?
All right. Our marketing wallet, which I call the Treasury wallet, is going to be our catch-all. The more wallets you start putting in these contracts, the more functions they have to do on every contract sell, and it just really causes more gas fees. I mean, there's lots of things. So that's going to be our typical catch-all. That's going to be used for whatever it is benefits the token. It might be buybacks one day. It might be the charity one day. It might be community giveaways one day. It's pretty much our catch-all. We didn't want to have too many contract functions going on, sending money to this wallet and this wallet and this wallet. So we've kept it minimal. That's going to be our main one. We actually have a command of, you can do the /market. Our marketing wallet will pop up, and it's my community's money. It's not mine. So anyone can have it anytime, any question of where any marketing money went, and we're going to be as transparent as possible.
Okay, thank you very much. The moment I saw the title of your project, I realized it was from Rich Dad Poor Dad because I've also read the book and I actually wish you success. I'll make sure to join in the movement of this project. Thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate it, brother. I gladly have you.
Right.
Questions are easy. We'll move on now to Syed. You had a question for Rich Doge, Poor Doge. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so you mentioned about staking. So I was thinking that rewards for staking will be native token or BUSD.
Yeah, that they will be the native token, and it's based on the book. Again, Robert Kiyosaki. He's
We lost Rich there.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Maybe he'll come back, or he's got his mic muted. I'm not sure. Rich, if you can hear us, we can't hear you.
I think
Can
he
you
got
guys hear me?
disconnected. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got Mike back. Yeah, there we go.
All right, sorry about that. I was doing a little bit of pacing, sitting here, so I lost some signal. But yeah, with the staking, it's pretty much going to go with the theme of passive income, where you can earn rewards by holding, and they will be in our native token.
Okay, got it. Okay, so on your roadmap, it's mentioned that you will be onboarding influencers. So I was wondering that are you in talk with any big influencers?
In the real world, I've showed my team. I mean, I'm very well connected in the real world, and I do have one of my good friends. He actually, his cousin's Andre Iguodala. I'm from Springfield, Illinois, and Andre grew up here. I know his entire family, and people like that I've been in communication with. But the side of crypto and the bad vibes it brings, I can't make that 100% certain, but I think that if we can make some noise and do some good, I could get some people on board that'll say, "Hey, I want to be a part of this." People from my community here, I'm pretty confident I can pull that off. But I don't, announce anything that we haven't got yet. We have had big influencers like Gullum, Caesar, Venom. We've had them guys, but I think that in the future we definitely can hire some of the bigger guns and different real world influencers. We actually are looking into booking Robert Kiyosaki. He does Zoom live meetings, and we're going to see how much it's going to cost us. I've already been in communication to get him in an actual voice chat and stream him in there. So that's definitely one of the things we're looking into doing. But again, I'd like to have all of our bases covered and actually do some good stuff so that when we do have him, he's something you want to be a part of.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so can you tell us about currently ongoing giveaways and contests that you guys are organizing?
I believe I'm a firm believer in community. I believe that's the most important thing, and that's what's going to get us. That's what got Sheeb. That's what got Doge. It was the community and powerful communities. So, with this marketing money, I mean, during the taxes, I mean, lots of money is generated. We've seen some big tokens that was generating 100, 200, $300,000 a day, which is way more enough for marketing. But we also understand that there's people within the community that may be struggling. So we're incorporating something as you know, I'm not about myself. I want to learn more from other people as well. It isn't just about educating others. But we're going to do what's called Tell Me Anything. It's also in the roadmap where people can actually tell us their stories, their problems. And if a brother needs help, they need picked up something they need, and we have marketing money and the community agrees to give it, we're going to uplift it, give some money away to our community. We're also going to have many different giveaways for referring people, just a lot of stuff to build hype, keep the community active and involved. I want them to check the group chat before they check the charts. I want them to be, when they wake up in the morning, I want them to say, oh, what's going on in this group today, before they even look at the chart. So that's what we're trying to build.
Got it. Great initiatives. Okay, so you also mentioned about the merch. So I was wondering that this merch will be only exclusive for the native token holders, or everyone will be able to buy this merch, maybe using stable cryptocurrency as well.
Like I said, I think we've made a pretty big impact on Rich Gang. It's pretty catchy, pretty flashy. We've got a designer working on a unique concept for the brand. And in the real world, again, I sell merchandise and apparel at one of my stores, and we're going to create a brand. I mean, something that is a movement and people want to be a part. So no, you don't have to be a holder. We're going to make it very simple to buy on our website, and anyone can purchase the merchandise.
Okay, understood. Okay, final question. It's relating to your longevity. So I was wondering that what will be the estimated lifespan of your project?
Me myself, I don't need money. I'm not here for money, but at the same time, as I've gotten older, I'm 43 years old. I've realized that my most valuable asset is my time. I like to take the summers off to enjoy with my kids, and that's how I end up back in the crypto space. And I'd love to have a token that would allow me a little bit more freedom with my kids. Not to have to work so much, because I do have multiple businesses, and they're pretty much self-sufficient. I have employees, but I still have a lot of work to deal with. I have dishonest employees. There's still a lot of stuff. So I'd honestly love to be able to keep this going as long as possible. I mean, as long as I can build the belief and keep people holding. A lot of people think that, in crypto, for one person to earn money, someone else has to lose. And I'm just going to break that cycle. I mean, you don't have to lose. We all can make money and keep this thing going, just like some of the big boy tokens.
Beautiful. And thank you for answering my question, and best of luck. Over to
Yeah,
you,
thank
Glenn.
you.
Question. Right. Let's move on to Venice. You had a question for Rich Doge, Paul Doge. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Actually, I have been listening to the AMA, and I also read about referral link incentives for holders. And one of the community member asked about this. So I was thinking, will there be any second or third level referral bonuses in chain as well? Like if first person refers to second one, and second one refers to another person, then first will get rewards from all users in referral chain.
Yeah, that would be a great concept that would take some development. What we have right now is the bot that does on one, but we will have 3 tiers. I mean, we have a first, second, and third place. But I understand completely what you're saying, and that could be in development. We just kind of went simple, but it is something that was my ultimate goal initially, that every person on the chain would get a little recognition and get credit for them. But right now, it's just going to be a simple giveaway. Whoever gets the top 3 spots will get a percentage of BNB. Like the first place we just ended one last week, and it was 0.5 for first place. It was 0.25 for second place, and it was 0.15 for third place. And it was a pretty big success. We got a lot of new good investors in the group. So that's pretty much what we're going to do with the referral incentives for right now.
Okay, that's really awesome. And as you have 500% APY available on launch and 200% APY in future to ensure sustainability, so will you shift the APY directly from 500 to 200 eventually, or it will decrease gradually toward 200%?
What we have going on right now is 3 different tier levels, which the highest tier level would be the 500%. But again, we're in the background. We're going live here in a little bit, and the dApp developer, we still have a meeting with him on everything that we should do right before launch. So I've got to get in there and get some more specifics before I feed any misinformation on any of that. But we'll be in the voice chat and explain what our final thing is before launch, so there's no confusion.
Okay, that's awesome. And I was also thinking, as you mentioned, that you are educating people daily in your channel about different crypto topics. So I was wondering, do you plan to visit colleges or universities to spread the awareness among students about crypto and telling them how it can change their life as well?
Of course, and through our charity efforts, I mean, we're going to do unique things that actually gain the eyes of media. That's our main goal, and just show that crypto isn't all bad. I'm not sure about colleges and universities, for the simple fact I don't want to promote gambling with some of these, kids and things like that. I definitely don't want to give the wrong vibe and get people in here with addictions like I had. I had problems. People thought I was distant. Where you at? When I was on my phone so much. And I definitely don't want to create that, but I do want to show people that crypto isn't bad and kind of share the awareness of it, because I think it's going to be around for a while. I think that crypto is going to really have a part in the entire ecosystem. So I want to promote that, but at the same time, I don't want to promote gambling to college kids.
Okay, and it also caught me thinking that will you have any plans to partnership with different agencies or different organizations that give scholarships to the needy or deserving candidates? So the education can get to the needy people who can't afford the education in in better institutes.
Oh yeah, that's one of our main missions in Team Chat we've talked about. Not so much what you're saying, but third world country. I mean, places that don't have education, to be able to possibly do that in the name of the rich dad, poor dad name. I mean, we thought that would be epic to be a part of, and maybe something that he would want to be a part of as well. And get in some of these countries where education, they don't have a good education system, and help the development of that. I mean, we would love to do that.
Okay, that's really a great initiative, and as I already mentioned, and that you are trying to educate the people in your Telegram channel daily by on the voice chat. So I think it would be wonderful if you have a separate platform for educating people, which can have educational material according to the different age group or person's qualification. So even people who don't have good qualification can learn about crypto in a simple form.
Oh yeah, like I said, right now we're new, and voice chat every day. We seem to be going over the exact same topic every single day, over and over again. Because I'm trying to instill our mission and our vision. And you're correct. We definitely are looking for a platform where others can catch up if they didn't see the first one. We could have it way more organized by topic and discussion. But right now, most people are more concerned about the charts and watching Telegram and going back and forth between the two. So we're going to try to figure out some kind of way to implement that through our Telegram page, so it's easy to navigate and people can find what we did before. Because frankly, I'm tired of repeating myself, but it's pretty vital at this stage. I start to feel like I'm scripted. I say the same thing over and over again. So we definitely are looking at more into that.
Now you have explained everything really well. And one last question from my side. I'm really hyped about your RP Doge merge. So I was wondering, do you have any plan to also deliver the NFT holders with its corresponding physical merge as well?
We have ideas. Like I said, one of my core teammates, he is real big in NFT, and he's going to start his project. But he's not one to rush anything. He's been working on this for 6 months, and he probably has 6 more months. He's creating an awesome NFT line. And like I said, we've explored the possibilities of an NFT, but we're not going to put that on our roadmap until we get there.
Okay, that's awesome, and thank you so much for answering all my questions. You guys are really doing some great initiative for the community. So thank
I
you.
appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the questions, Venice. Let's move on to Victor. Victor, you had a question for Rich Doge. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, my friend.
Oh, that's good. That's good. This is a very good project indeed. Um, Earlier you mentioned that you guys you're going to be launching on Pancake Swap, which is very very good. But looking at the concept of your project, the futures, in fact your project is a good one. I would just like suggest give you a suggestion in form of question. Like if you guys plan to build your own swap system in the future where your token holders can swap any token they want to swap, because as a good project like this you also deserve to have your own swap system instead of using pancake swap system. So do you guys have such plan, because it wasn't stated?
Yeah, I tell you right now, a lot of the charity efforts that we're doing, I feel that we can create a movement that people want to jump in, and we need to make it easy for them to buy. I don't want to explain Pancake Swap and Trust Wallet, so we are definitely going to look into, and we're definitely going to do some system on our website where you could either buy with fiat or swap other tokens. We felt that it would be easier to do fiat because as we do these charity efforts and people catch wind of it and things like that, we need them to be able to buy this with one click. So we're already working with the company to implement that into the website, as well as we're in communication right now. We're going to see how it goes with a possible bridge to Doge chain. I mean, we're looking at that. I mean, we're a Doge theme, so we're looking at multiple options to buy our token and do it efficiently. So yes, that we are looking at doing that.
Oh, that is awesome. I really appreciate you guys if you can do that, because it's gonna boost your project. And also, though my friend has touched on it a little bit, where you talked about your APY. My question is this. I know you guys you plan to decrease the APY from 500 to 200, which is cool. But my question is, what of in the future if inflation do arise? What, like, do you have mechanism, some inflation control mechanism apart from the one you mentioned that you can use to control inflation? Because most projects are prone to it. But for a fact, I love the fact that you guys your APY is not too high, but it's also necessary that you consider that. Do you have plans to control inflation in the future in case it arrives?
Yeah, actually, again, I'd like to hold off on the APY until I get in my voice chat. We're getting ready to actually make the staking app live. The developer just put it on our website, and as we was discussing, I mean, things have changed a little bit from our initial go about. And I've got probably, I mean, in my DMs right now, I have probably, I'd say 150 people ready to stake at launch. I mean, we've made a movement and we've created some believers we never expected. We figured that would be something attractive to people to get them to want to stake. We didn't necessarily think that people were going to stake right in the door as much as they want to. And after going over the numbers, I mean, he's breaking it down right now. And I actually, after I leave here, we're getting into the contract with the dev to discuss all this. But once I told him, yeah, I have 100 people, he said, oh, that's not good. You're going to have people fighting for the 500. And I've met some really good people. And I mean, I have 100 great people, and it's hard for me to decide which ones get the initial 500. When do we cut it? Because it wouldn't be deflationary if you stake your tokens. I mean, it's just like an interest rate on a house. When you go and you sign for 4.5%, I mean, it stays at 4.5% because you signed to that. So when you stake, you would get that 500%, as long as you staked for that period. So it would get kind of complex from there. But again, I'd like to hold that out to before launch so we can actually discuss this with my community before, announcing it to everybody else.
That's cool. That's cool. In fact, I love the way you answer questions, and the way you answer questions shows how convinced you are about your project, because it won't be good if you ask a question and you can't answer it. That's good. But finally, let me just touch on this a little bit. Finally, your referral system, most project when you refer somebody first, you get a referral bonus. Then if the person decide to invest in the project and carry other activities, the referral percentage continue to increase. So is it the same with your own project? If I refer my brother and he invest, does my referral bonus increase? What of if he does not invest? Something like that.
Well, I understand completely what you're saying, and yeah, that's a multi-tier system where down the chain, I mean, maybe a three-tier system where you refer your brother, he refers two of his cousins. I mean, throughout the chain, you get a little bit of a referral incentive, and that's something again, something more complex at the end of the roadmap. Right now, it's just basic and simple. I mean, a bot developer developed an app, and it's one, two, three positions, whoever does the most, and that's how it is right now. But your system is exactly the referral system that we have in mind.
Cool, cool. Well, good project. Please, your website, your white paper, whenever it's out, I would like to have it because one of your members told me that it's supposed to be out, but due to some technical issues, it's not out. But when it's out, I would like to have it. To the
Heck yeah,
moon.
yeah. I didn't realize how important the white paper really was. I mean, it was just a fancy version of the roadmap, and we wanted to have it available before Pink Cell launch. Unfortunately, the team member that was handling that, and I mean, it's almost to perfection. There was a few things that needed changed. He has an awesome white paper, but he's kind of fell off in the couple of days with custody battles with his wife and his kids, and I mean, his mind's just not in the right place. And I've been there. I've had brain fog. I've had stuff going on that I just couldn't focus on anything else. So we're showing him support and not hounding him, and it should be available anytime. If not, then I'm just going to get somebody else to do it in the next day or so.
Cool, thanks.
Not a problem, my friend.
Thanks for the questions, Victor. Let's move to Mega. You had a question, Mega Point. Rich, go ahead. Mega? No. Let's move to Boomerlight. Boomerlight, you had a question for Rich. Go ahead. Another one's not there. Let's try Juicy.
Right.
Are you there, Mike?
No, that's me.
Are you there, Juicy? No. Okay. Well, we've had quite a lot of people join in the middle of the AMA, so Rich, if you could go over the Rich Doge Poor Doge project for anyone that missed the first half, what's planned at the launch tonight? I think you're having a launch party in the VC tonight as well.
Yeah, I'll pretty much go over the highlights of the project. One, our attempt at the project was to make the safest token on BSC. We're really trying to create a movement and kind of flush out some of the bad because this is where my roots were. I made a lot of money last year in BSC, and it's really near and dear to my heart. But I feel at the rate it's going with so many scams, that it's not going to be around in another year. People are leaving. My voice, my Telegram contact list. I used to have lots of great people. I still have lots of them, but I see more and more deleted accounts. Good people that are leaving forever. So I wanted to bring a token, safe one. We locked the liquidity for 5 years. We did the Seifu contract where a Noop, our developer, handles every single function. There are no team tokens, none. Period. You could contact a Noop, and he'll tell you he's burning the difference of the unlocked wallet after he distributes to our 27 private sale holders that purchase between 0.5, 0.1 BNB and 1 BNB. So there's nothing that can harm you with teams with tokens. My team gets paid from the taxes, which is going to keep us motivated, including myself, to keep the marketing, to keep the excitement, to actually work for you and earn our money just like in the real world. Because if I gave my team tokens like most tokens do, they say, hey, here's top wallets for you, and you. That's pretty much paying them their salary in advance. And in the real world, that would never work. You couldn't pay an employee and say, all right, I'm gonna give you your $30,000 right now, and everything will be fine. It just doesn't work that way. So I've implemented a lot of stuff that makes sense because most in crypto don't make sense. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna bring a token that makes sense. We've made it as safe as possible for everybody, so that they can actually enjoy trading. We've got a roadmap that we're going to create on our own. We're going to figure it out as a community. We're going to evolve, and I want to be here for the long run. Memes, a lot of them, they are meant to die, not this one, because if we can create anything with the marketing money, we're actually spending the marketed money on marketing and other things like charity. The money's not mine, it's yours, it's my investors. So we're going to use all the money, and we can really create anything. I mean, we can create a blockchain, we could create a bridge. I mean, so much things. It's just something in the roadmap that we're going to create. But in the meantime, we're just going to have a fun, safe place. I'm going to be live every single day giving knowledge. And again, the TME, tell me anything. I want to learn more about you. we've constantly ran polls every day asking people different things about crypto so that I can learn as well, because that's what I want to do. I never want to stop learning. One of the things that I put on my polls was in the crypto world, how often do you take money to the real world? I put about 4 different questions, was always, a lot, frequently, and never. And surprisingly, most people said never. So they're just putting money in and never being able to take it back out because it's a gambling thing. So with my education, I'm hoping to see, people change that and just change their ways, quit blind aping and stuff, and a little bit of awareness and open eyes when trading. So that's pretty much the concept.
Okay, great, Rich. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been great speaking to you today. You come across as a very open, transparent owner of Rich Doge, Poor Doge. The name's great, and the meme theme. I think you've got a great project that's going to do well for investors going forward. So that's great. You could join us today. As we always say, welcome and talks for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you can check out the website, the white paper, and the official socials for Rich Doge, Poor Doge are in our main chat. So head over there. It's going to be launching at 8 p.m. UTC tonight, so just about 3 hours away, or 4 hours away for me in the UK. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the launch. Rich, thank you very much for coming today.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully, I see you in the project. Please don't come in there and say proposal, sir. Anybody that's a potential investor, I welcome you in with open arms, and hopefully, I see you there.
Awesome, Rich. I think we've got spin the wheel there. There's going to be one lucky winner for spin the wheel. Act is there to do that. And there's one for questions we'll announce after the AMA. So stay tuned.
All right.
All right. I'm sharing my screen, Glenn, with the wheel here. Everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Let me shuffle it a bit. So one winner for $50 and another one for we'll pick from the people that actually engage and ask some questions. And let me get your ID here, and we'll DM you for your wallet after the AMA. And as always, guys, we still have the chat locked. All the official links are right there. The website, the Telegram, Twitter, everything. Engage. If you still have questions, I know we can't really go super in depth. We try to keep it high level and make it as easy as possible for everybody to understand. But if you're curious to learn more and find out more, don't hesitate. Join the Telegram. Ask your questions. I'm sure there's somebody that's more than happy to answer. And yeah, we need more people like Mike around here to show people how you can actually, create some nice yields by intertwining real businesses with crypto, and it's not a zero-sum game as it was mentioned. And yeah, if you resonated with anything said here, and if you like what you heard, don't hesitate, guys. And yeah, I want to thank the Rich Doge Poor Doge team for being here with us today. This has really been great. Yeah, and thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been awesome.
It's been my pleasure. Great community.
Rich, take care. I'm looking forward to the launch tonight. And what's the starting market cap? Is it around 300K?
Yeah, it looks like to be around 230K market cap initially. And I recommend, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm not your typical token. If you want in,